Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, and there he is, the great Pat Summerall, set to do the honors. This should be a fun one. Underway here in Oakland. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the NFL superstars, and it is Josh Allen who leads them out at quarterback, the MVP of the National Football League in 2024. You know, Coach Madden always admired those field generals who could really do it all, and there might not be a more unstoppable quarterback in the league today, the number 17 of the Bills. And they'll begin by running the option. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Now here's Mahomes. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. And a first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. Whoa! It still won't go down. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. 43 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame. So they had it bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
Now a nifty footwork. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Henry will take it in. Touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. And then you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And the Superstars are out to a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score.
So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Legends set to go to work. It is Peyton Manning who leads him out at quarterback. Peyton spent 14 years as a Colt, 4 more as a Bronco. And the numbers, they speak for themselves. 14 times a Pro Bowler. Better than 71,000 passing yards, 539 touchdown passes, and, of course, twice a Super Bowl champion. Looking to put a drive together. Elway throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator, asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, it's Manning. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Good sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Third and 12. Out of the gun, Elway. Under pressure, and down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On fourth down, here's Andy Lee on to kick it away. Back deep, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. The next possession ready to get going. An exciting game for those here in attendance to see all these great players on the field. But it's also a chance to celebrate our namesake, the coach, John Madden. Now, some of our younger fans may not know his full story. Before the video game that now bears his name, he was the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. Had some big moments on this field. And he, of course, was on the sidelines down in Pasadena, Super Bowl 11, when the Silver and Black won their first Super Bowl title, a 32-14 victory over the Minnesota Vikings. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's Jackson to throw. Quick slant cut by Chase. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that one ball drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Mayfield now. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
But the Legends set to take over on offense once more. And you look at this roster on both sides of the ball. So many Hall of Famers, so many players who truly defined excellence in the National Football League. And you just think, how excited would John Madden have been to actually be able to coach this team? I'm reminded of his Hall of Fame speech, 2006, where he talked about how he thought the bronze busts in Canton, once the last guest had left for the day, would talk to each other at night. And somehow I have the feeling he was spot on in that intuition. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So no gain on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On the ground, it's the Hall of Famer, LaDainian Tomlinson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Manning. Pass caught by George. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles.
And he is into the end zone for a Legends touchdown. Mike Allstott taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, it was second and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
Here now, Pat Summerall for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A little juke. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Mayfield. And the ball is knocked out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Well, the Legends head back out, and with them the great Jerry Rice, who, of course, had his biggest years across the bay from here in San Francisco in the 80s and 90s. Rice was always one of the hardest workers out there, a real tactician at the wide receiver position. Two qualities that Coach Madden always admired. Here's what Coach Madden had to say about all the things number 80 could do to beat you.
With Jerry Rice, you have to move him around. You can play him at flanker. You can play him at X. You can play him in the slot. You can even sneak him in the backfield once in a while.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 and second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They run the quick drive with All-Star. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
3rd down and 1. They'll try and run here with George. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This may be a free play for Elway. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Now they'll throw it with Manning. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Manning. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now Elway. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
On the give, this is their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. To throw is Elway. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now here we go. Coach Madden going to turn to his longtime partner in the booth, Pat Summerall, on for the field goal. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So after the made field goal, Pat Summerall back out to send it away. Able to slither by. And able to get this out to the 25.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. Allen. Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got it. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. It's a big play there. 45 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. To the air, Allen. Touchdown! Puka Nacua from 6 yards away. And his guys are going to retake the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score.
So that drives 7 plays in length.
Our home team, 10.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Legends going back on offense. Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson in there at running back. And you think back to those Raider teams of the 70s. Coach Madden always loved to run the football, and he had some great running backs to rely on. But no one quite like LT, who he held in high regard. And here's what he had to say about the all-around abilities of the Charger great.
LaDainian Tomlinson is one of the best backs in the league. He has it all. I've watched him and I thought, I don't know if there's a guy that's better at running and catching and blocking and doing all the things you have to do to be a running.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Working from the gun, Manning. And he checks this one down to LT out of the backfield. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Manning. Drops this off to Tomlinson, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The NFL superstars now ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. just met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And it brings up third down.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Quick throw there is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Legends making their way back out on offense with Terrell Owens at wide receiver. Owens, former third-round pick of the 49ers in 1996, and really came out of nowhere. Played at Chattanooga, but he developed into one of the great receivers in NFL history. And Coach Madden always appreciated the different ways in which T.O. could be a factor in a ball game.
Terrell Owens is such a big, strong, powerful guy. You don't always have to get the ball to him deep. You can hand it to him on a reverse, throw it to him on a slant, and he can just run right through the defense.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 9.
Another carry here for the fullback All-Star. And he stopped immediately there.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 1. Brings up third down and 9.
The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Manning now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The NFL superstars going to head back onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Jackson connects with Kittle underneath. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Allen. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
64 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On play action, Allen connects with Kittle underneath. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the 33, here's a second down and 6. Chase, the motion man right. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your...
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Superstars. Justin Jefferson, 26 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Aubrey now for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Elway throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Now Manning. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Elway to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gonzalez. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Shotgun now for Manning. That one caught by Rice. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. So the first catch for Jerry Rice, always fun to talk about. His career stats, Charles, they're so good. He leads in so many categories that we can't even get to them all.
Yeah, what do they say? He combines ridiculous statistical supremacy with crazy longevity. How about this? Most receptions, yards, touchdowns, just to name a few of the accolades along the way.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a second and 10. Now Manning. That's caught. It's Jerry Rice. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Manning to throw once more. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that'll make this an 8-point game. His kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So after the made field goal, Pat Summerall back out to send it away. And he returns this to the 22. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Mahomes connects with Kittle underneath. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Throwing, Mayfield. to Jefferson on the slant. Quick slant there gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Quick slant caught by Chase. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
This 2nd and 4. Mahomes to throw once more. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
A gain of 12. Result is a first down.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is indeed good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime with NFL superstars on top as we turn it over to Scott Hanson for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. A lot of great players on the field as we take you through some of the halftime highlights. What are these two teams playing for? Well, bragging rights for sure, but the real prize comes immediately after the final whistle. It's the presentation of the turducken to our winners. Nothing better after a hard-fought football game. Bon appetit. Which team is going to have dibs on that post-game spread? We're about to find out. Third quarter ready to get underway. Let's go back to the Coliseum and Brandon Godden.
All right, Scott, thank you. The team's back out onto the fabled turf here in Oakland as we get set to begin quarter number 3. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Manning. Completes it to Perry. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Now a play fake. Manning swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll go up the gut to Tomlinson. Loose inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
45 yards. That's another.
Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
To throw, it's Manning. Joe Rice, open right side. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third down and 10. Manning going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Here's Pat Summerall now to try the field goal. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So after the made field goal, Pat Summerall back out to send it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
Complete to Saquon Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play fake. Mayfield. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A gain of 13 there. Good for a superstar's first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Jackson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On play action, it's Manning. From the right side, going to be complete to Moss. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Throwing now is Manning. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moss. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Play action. Manning. Open man downfield. It's Fitzgerald. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards there. A 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's the pickup you want on 1st down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on 1st down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They go again with All-Stop. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
And they'll try and pick it up with All-Stop, the fullback. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a pickup of 6.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw it with Manning. Short throw complete to Gronkowski. That his 1st catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
He finds his man complete. That's Gonzalez. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Second down and 3. Manning. Now he's going to step up and run. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On first down, here's George. They stopped short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. They'll try to pound it in with Alston. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. They'll try to hammer this in with George. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Eddie George. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And his guy's now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
But he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game.
Team 22.
After the touchdown, here's Summerall to send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The NFL superstars ready to take over once more. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 81 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football.
Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
One quarter to play. It's football once again here in the East Bay. The fans love it. And we're back after this. This is a special presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. 2 yards to go, second down. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Result is a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
To the air, Allen. Throw left side, complete to Chase. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Jackson now.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Second and 10. Again, Jackson. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the Hall of Famer, Junior Seau. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. Looking to put a drive together. So after the INT, it's Manning. And that, nearly picked off. But it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the shotgun, Elway. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now, as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Looking to put a drive together. Now it's Elway. Over the middle, complete. It's Gonzalez. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Now Elway to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Manning. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
To Tony Gonzalez. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From midfield, Elway. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. That'll give him 8 that time. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. And captain comeback John Elway. Charles, he's trying to do it again here.
47 regular season comeback victories in his career. But I think the stat that really leaps out at me, 12 times he did it in the playoffs. That's winning time.
To throw is Manning. It is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he'll go down at the 28. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll make it second down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Second down and 4. Throwing is Manning. Throw complete to Jerry Rice. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 25 yards that time.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Again, they'll throw with Manning toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Tomlinson will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. To throw, it's Manning. And he's got it. Touchdown. Tony Gonzalez from 3 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Summerall now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
Our home team, 29.
After the touchdown, here's Summerall to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
I know that every now and then we get those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Fighting through, and he's got space. He may go. second touchdown of the night as his guys are able to extend their lead. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up, but in this case he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
Aubrey now for the point after. And that makes it a 9-point game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Looking to put a drive together. Manning now to throw. Manning, he hits him in stride. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Manning going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Manning to throw once more. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Elway. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Well, the Legends going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Legends going to take their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
The Legends now going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Again, it's Barkley. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
2 minutes to play here in Oakland. Make way for the post-game turducken. Time to set the table. We'll do it after this. Now 2nd and 3. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And a 1st down.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
So it's a win here at the Coliseum for the NFL Superstars. And after a great night of football, time for the best of traditions. Sure, it's great to lift the Lombardi Trophy, but a close second might be lifting that turducken and taking a big bite after a hard-fought victory. For my partner Charles Davis and our entire great crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The NFL Superstars stand tall as we say so long from Northern California.